The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and this is Formula's 270BR, a spacious Bowrider designed for entertaining. Let's see how they've done as we do a full features walkthrough and a performance review. Now, one thing that received a major upgrade for this model year is the cockpit layout. Let's start by taking a look at the old version first. The old layout has L-shaped seating to port, a single seat to starboard, and 2 bucket seats forward. It's a nice layout and very functional, but Formula's gone one better this time. Now with this new model year, there's basically the same layout, but it's got much more functionality. We've got a double wide seat to starboard and a single seat to port. Both have flipped seat backs that allow us to take much more advantage of the social area inside the cockpit. There's still storage under the seats. To starboard, they're accessed by cushions attached to double hinges, allowing you to have hands-free access. Let's talk about the construction of the seats themselves. Synthetic Starlight XL, dry fast foam inside, and water is allowed to run through that foam out the drain holes. Marine grade vinyl all put together with UV resistant Tenera thread. This single seat to starboard can be replaced by a cockpit wet bar with a cooler or a wet bar with a refrigerator. Both will come with a color coordinated sink and Corian countertop. Here's a nice touch. Take a look at this flag holder. Also makes a convenient handhold when entering the boat. And look at how much a pedestal table adds to this social scene. Remember how the old seat used to convert to a sun pad? On the new model, now it converts much more easily to a chaise lounge. And look at how the self-draining storage is exposed underneath. The extended swim platform has a rail going all the way around it for protection, grab handles all the way around, and the ladder is much more easy to access from the water. To the port side, the observer gets a comfortable armrest. Lockable storage just ahead that includes the stereo, and inside, head compartment that includes a standard porta potty. Notice how the sides of the consoles are padded at the walkthrough. This one opens up to reveal roomy storage, and the door becomes an air dam. The bow seating is plenty roomy enough for people to face each other without knocking knees together. Flip down armrest instead of flip up. That means you don't have to release a latch to get it back into the stowed position. An alcove goes all the way around the seating. Behind, stainless steel drink holders and a stainless steel grill for the speaker. Take a look at these cushions. This comes out. Now, you can have people facing each other with your feet on the deck, sitting forward with your feet on the deck, feet up, again, with the flip down armrest. All of this repeated to the starboard side. And of course, we've got the same upgraded upholstery that we saw in the cockpit. And of course, it easily transitions from a wide open space to a snack and cocktail area. Before we get underway, let's do our daily engine check. A switch at the helm actuates the electric lift hatch.
We've got a narrow entry, but still enough for the daily checks. There's dedicated storage to the side for the cockpit table. The batteries are properly secured and positive terminals are covered.
Now I'm happy with the height of the hatch and that it gives you plenty of access to the engine compartment, but notice there's no access to the cockpit from the open position. At the helm, we've got a double wide seat, so we have a second set of eyes looking forward, a single flip-up bolster. And looking at the helm, we've got a redesigned layout, 2 SmartCraft gauges, full instrumentation, switches down the sides. All of this can be rearranged to accommodate a GPS moving map. Here are some items that have been relocated from a storage compartment: the manual pull for the fire extinguisher, the battery switch, and the jumper terminals.
The Formula 270BR has a length overall of 27 feet, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and a draft of 40 inches. With an empty weight of 6,200 pounds, half fuel and 2 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 6,890 pounds. With the single 380 horsepower Mercruiser 8.2 mag turning a Bravo 3 outdrive, we reached a top speed of 52.1 miles per hour at 5,000 RPM. At that speed, we were burning 32.3 gallons per hour, giving us a range of 145 miles. Best cruise came in at 3,000 RPM and 25.8 miles per hour. That reduced the fuel burn to 10.6 gallons per hour, which meant a range of 220 miles and an endurance of 8.5 hours while still holding back at 10% reserve. We reached planing speed in 3.4 seconds, accelerated to 20 miles per hour in 6.2 seconds, 30 came and went in 8.6 seconds, and we continued through 40 miles per hour in 12.4 seconds. Upon hitting the throttle, the 270BR will come up 18 degrees, which brings the bow just under the level of the horizon, so there's no loss of visibility. Once up on plane, just a couple of shots of up trim will move the spray from the helm to the aft quarters, and the boost in speed can easily be felt. If the trim is brought up any further, then the 270 starts to porpoise rather than ventilate the propellers. With 2.5 turns on the steering wheel from lock to lock, the 270BR is quite responsive with comfortable turning characteristics in that she doesn't dig into the turns to the point where everyone and everything gets tossed to the outside of the turn. Rather, she has a slight slide and comfortable 22-degree max bank angle that keeps everyone settled into the seats. She also tends to stay stabilized in the turn as opposed to oscillating throughout the turn. As for visibility, at no wake speed the windshield frame is only slightly above my line of sight. However, in cruise mode, the bow is at a 5-degree bow high attitude, which had me looking right through the dead center of the windshield. Of course, when sitting up in the bolster, I was above it all. On the hull sides, it's hard not to notice this 310's glossy midnight blue metallic paint job. It's covered with an Imron polyurethane clear coat, which will keep this boat looking like new for many years.
Well, it looks like Formula's 270BR certainly accomplishes its mission. And that's my full features walkthrough and performance evaluation. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.